OIG family, and welcome back to another amazing episode in our AMA series. Joining us today, we have Bot Planet, the world's first multi-chain ecosystem built around the game. Here to tell us about it is the CEO of Bot Planet, Dan. Welcome to the show, Dan. It's great to have you here with us today.
Pleasure being here. Nice chatting with you.
Yeah, no, for sure. There is definitely a lot to jump into with such an impressive project such as Bot Planet. I mean, there's a play-to-earn game, an integrated DEX, a wallet, NFT Marketplace. The list goes on. For all our viewers tuning in for the very first time, how would you introduce Bot Planet and your role in the project?
The best way to describe what we're trying to achieve here is we're trying to change the way the play-to-earn system works. All of our team members have been gamers for quite some time, and coming into this market, we quickly realized that most of the games, no matter how good the gameplay is, no matter how fun they are at the start, everyday task is playing to earn, and essentially it does get boring one way or another. So in order to break that, we wanted to surround our game with additional products, and on top of that, we wanted to introduce deep lore into the game. We got heavy inspirations from Hearthstone and from the OG Pokemon, because we all grew up playing Pokemon, watching Pokemon, and we all grew up on the Warcraft universe. So if you look at those games, they're pretty simple, but what makes them unique and special to us is the lore behind them. We all know the characters too well. There's emotional attachment to those characters, and this is what we're trying to achieve. Similar to the things that you would see in the Warcraft or any other MMORPGs or Hearthstone, you have your seasons and you have your quests. That's something that we wanted to bring into the game. On top of that, we have 5 different factions, so that you're not just playing with your deck of cards against someone else. You're also playing for and representing different factions, and you would progress through the storyline as you go. The way the storyline works with our game is you have your daily, monthly, and weekly quests. When you complete them, you unlock parts of the story, and you also progress through the season. Once the season is over, all the quests, all the previous items from the season are removed, and the only way to obtain them would be through NFT Marketplace. We really wanted to hit on the storyline more than anything else, because we want to have a community that will stay with us for many years to come, and it will keep increasing itself. We want the players to feel like characters matter, the faction that they play for matters, and the quests that they complete every day matter more than just playing to earn. And that way, you're still playing and you're still earning, but it's just at the back of your mind. You're more focused on improving your main character, improving your deck, and progressing through the story. Just to tackle on some other products that we have in our ecosystem. So we have a wallet, we have our messenger, we have our own NFT marketplace, and our own DEX. So just to get DEX out of the way, we felt like in today's time, having a DEX is a standard if you're creating an ecosystem. On our DEX, you'll find farming and staking options. But then moving to the wallet, again, we had to look at the competition and why would people use our wallet if there's MetaMask, if there's Trust Wallet. So the main aspect of our wallet would be if you're playing the game, you will receive NFT drops through the wallet. The NFT marketplace is built inside the wallet. And also we have seasonal NFT drops. So for example, if we have Halloween celebration, Halloween event, you would get one-time only skins for Halloween through our wallet. That way, there's definitely a need for the wallet if you're playing the game and you're collecting those cards, because once those seasons are closed, you will not be able to find those skins unless you're buying them from other people. When it comes to the NFT marketplace, it allows the players to sell, trade, or buy other people's cards. You don't even necessarily have to play the game, by the way. You could just be a collector and you can be collecting your cards. So there's many utilities to it. With the messenger, we know that the gamers will use Discord no matter what. But when we did our market research, when we tried other games, sometimes we'd run into the problem where I would enjoy my time playing against somebody I don't know when I'm matchmaking against the person. And I don't have an option to have an in-game chat, and I don't have an option to add the person as a friend. And the kind of golden standard of OG games was online games, especially, was to meet new people online. find new friends online, and we wanted to put it into our game as well. So our messenger allows you to add new people as friends. It also allows you to matchmake against your friends. Those matches aren't ranked, but they're still a lot of fun because you're playing against the people that you meet online or the people that you know. So yeah, like I said, we're trying to change the way the play-to-earn system works at the moment, and we wanted to be more less soulless, let's say.
Yeah, and it's clear to see that you're drawing inspiration from some very influential games, like you mentioned, Pokemon and Warcraft, and like these are all very big games. And one of the things that they did right is that they grew their community with the lore in the game, and it's good to see that you guys recognize that and you're implementing it in your own game as well. But it's easy to see that Bot Planet has its sights on being an industry giant, but of course, such a feat requires tremendous support. Could you tell me about your team and what they bring to the table?
I get this question a lot because when you're trying to do a lot of things at the same time, people might ask, "Aren't you doing too much? You're putting too much work on your shoulders, and you're not going to succeed if you do that." So that's why before actually beginning the work, we had to implement the structure for the project, and the structure was simple. We're going to have game directors. We're going to have directors working on DEX and wallet. We have directors working on the NFT marketplace development. We have people working on the marketing, and we just have a meeting with the directors at the end of the week, and we make sure that all the work is being complete. So let's talk about the game, since again it's the main part of the project. uh, it was difficult trying to figure out who we want to bring in as a game director. So since we wanted the game to be more less soulless, like I said, we decided that we're going to bring game directors from outside of this gaming market and from your regular gaming market, because these guys are passionate about creating games, not creating just play to earn games. In their eyes, a simple play to earn game is a slot machine with different steps. So they care more about making sure that the game is going to when they show their faces, they can be proud about the product that they put out there. So that's for the game. For the Dex and wallet, we have a team of 14 people, developers, working on our Dex and our wallet. Dex and wallet they're pretty much finished, and we're just waiting to release them. So aside from the game and from Dex and wallet, we were a very small team at first, and we had no connections since we were very young as well. We had no connections. We didn't know anyone on the market, and we felt like uh, the most important move for us was when we attended WoW Summit in Dubai. That's where we met people who've been around on the market for a very long time, people who have those connections, and people who could see our project and see that our project is in the very early stages and believe in us. So through those connections, we found the right people for development, for marketing, the right partners, right advisors, and they helped grow our team. So our team went from being actually 3 people to now 44 people.
Wow. Wow, that's truly amazing, and it sounds like you got truly some very passionate people on your team. Ones that recognize what's needed in this space, and bringing other elements from other spaces to make it more cohesive experience in your game. It's really something special. So you mentioned a lot about the features, from the integrated decks, the NFT marketplace. Now, these features may be found in the space right now, but how will they be utilized differently than your competitors, let's say?
So we prior to starting the game, we did look at the top 100 on the market right now. We specifically tried to look for the card games or the games that suit what we're trying to do. So I'm not going to name the competitors because they'll be rude of me. But we did that to see what are the pluses of their games and what are the negatives, which we can tackle on. Like I said, most of the games don't focus on the lore, or they even if they have a little bit of the lore, it's just faded away. It feels like just a little layer on top. And on top of that, I think basically like no games really work on creating a whole ecosystem around their game. They would usually partner up with other projects for like the NFT marketplace for wallets and things like that. Let's say we wanted to have partners and we wanted to have the right connections, but there are also some things that we wanted to develop ourselves, and we didn't want to just go out there and use someone else when we can create it ourselves. So what makes us unique is that everything is nicely packaged inside the ecosystem, and the plans for the ecosystem growth go from for the next 3 to 5 years. So if again we look at the lore of the game, I don't know how many games can you look at, and they'll tell you that they have a lore and gameplay planned out for the next 3 to 5 years. We have currently we have 10 characters which are main in game, and we have 20 more coming out,
Wow.
and we're going to be releasing them over time with trailers. We're going to be taking good care of their backstory so they're not bland. So same goes with our wallet, with our decks, and we're going to be adding more things when our roadmap is finished. We have the next one ready, which is of course not released to the public because first we have to complete the tasks that are at hand. But yeah, we're planning to add much more to our ecosystem. So
That,
yeah,
that's great. And I mean, with 30 characters, 10 released and 20 to be
yeah, then
released, um, that's an incredible number of characters with each of them with a unique background and backstory. I'm sure it's going to keep players entertained and interested in the continuation of that story during the adventure in this game. So it's very interesting. You mentioned that Bot Planet has its sights set on becoming the world's first multi-chain ecosystem built around the game. What could you say is the main reason this has not been attempted before, and how is this time different, or how does it benefit to have a multi-chain ecosystem built around the game?
before actually trying to achieve that, we thought, oh, it would give a lot of freedom to the users. It becomes a lot more accessible automatically. So let's just do that. And when we started to actually do that, we realized that it's not as easy. It takes time. It cannot be a multi-chain right away. It has to start somewhere, and then you're making bridges to other chains. So I'm not again. I'm not going to speak for other projects, but I feel like it's too much of a hassle, and it makes things way more difficult. But we don't really care about that. If it's more difficult for us, but it becomes more accessible and easier for the users, then we're willing to go through the struggle. So that's why we're trying to do that.
No, that's great. And ultimately, the multi-chain aspect is something that's really going to change the space. So I'm really interested to see how that plays out. So is that accessibility going to be immediate, or will it be released in stages? Like, will you be?
In stages,
Okay.
definitely in stages. We really wanted it to be immediate, but again, it takes some time. So it's not going to be immediate. It's going to be in stages.
I'm sure. Yeah, no, it's a huge undertaking for sure, but very, very cool stuff. So the Bot Planet ecosystem boasts a robust native token with the bot token. What sort of utility will this enable users, and how will it interact with other ecosystems and the game?
Okay, so the main utility of our token comes from the gaming aspect as well. But just to cover the simple ones, again, some people can buy the token, hold it, sell it. There's farming option, there's staking option within our decks as well. But the main utility, like I said, comes from the game. You can use the bot token to upgrade your main NFT, your main character. When you do upgrade your character, you can upgrade shoulder pads, weapon, and things like that. You can also buy in-game tokens with bot token, which you can use on the NFT Marketplace. Um, and when you said partnering up with other ecosystem and other projects, we're actually working with other gaming projects. Uh, we want to do collaborations with them where we would do skins from their games in our game, and they would do skins from our game in their game. So instead of kind of just looking at the market as our competition and we're against them, we want to actually bring gaming projects together and want to have those collaborations with them. So sometimes when we do have those deals, you would see NFTs from other games on our NFT marketplace, and you'll be able to buy them with our token, and you will see our NFTs on their marketplace. So these are the type of collaborations that we're looking for, and with our token, you'll be able to purchase things not only from our ecosystem and our game, but also from other projects as well that we're going to be partnering with.
That's really cool. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people can relate with me when I say, as a kid playing these games, it was always cool to imagine that you could bring some weapons or some sort of gear from other games into the game that you're playing, and how it would change the whole experience with the game. And it's really crazy to see that it's happening right before our eyes right now with Bot Planet as well. So that's really cool. So for this next set of questions, we're gonna hop onto Twitter and grab some questions that our community members have asked. The first one we have here is from Edward Masta, and the question is: there's a lot of issues with the current play-to-earn games, like higher entry costs. Now, how can Bot Planet solve this? How will you empower the ordinary gamers?
One of the things that I actually didn't mention prior to this question is, since we're all gamers, everyone on our team are gamers, and for us, the idea of play to earn isn't just playing to earn. It's also because most of us have been trying to be professional esports players, and we quickly realized that only top 1% gets there, and only them see the money. So we wanted the game that will be more accessible to the users and will allow the gamers to earn money easier, and they can play the game, do what they love, and sustain themselves. So the entry cost isn't high. You also sometimes you wouldn't even have to purchase like first packs. You can participate in giveaways and get your way into the door for free. So we do a lot of giveaways, a lot of airdrops, and people can look out for those. Um, but yeah, our thing is about being accessible, and the cost isn't going to be high. We just wanted to give a good experience because, again, like I said, uh, most play-to-earn games would have high entry costs because their only product is the game. Since we have many functional products which can generate money for the project, we don't need to make the game, less accessible, more expensive for the users. We can give that freedom, and we can make sure that everyone can try it out. So yeah.
That's great. No, and highlighting the accessibility, just means that anybody can play, and that's what we want in the gaming world, at least. It's for a better experience, so that's great. Let's go over to our second question from Twitter. This one comes from Nuralam, and it reads: I saw that many projects were unstable for a short period of time. At first, they started with hard work and good attention. After a few months later, they didn't pay attention to this project. Then it ended there. How do you plan to survive in the market?
So to actually answer this question, it's simple, because I just have to go back in time and tell you about all the hardships that we saw when we were a team of three people. We already suffered quite a lot, and we're still here because we made a decision that we're not going to quit until, I don't know, until the market disappears. Like, we're going to stay around, and we're going to keep working on this project until it succeeds. So going back in time, when we started as a team of three, uh, we were scammed a lot when it comes to partners. A lot of times when we were trying to create simple things such as website and would hire people, they would make half a job and leave. We would go like negative when it comes to, like, our own funds, just to make sure that the projects survive. Even we even went so far as to offer people from like way back from seed round, if they don't wish to stick around with us, or if they want to call us uh, lazy or anything, we'll just straight up show them all the work that we've done, tell them, look, we partner up with these guys, we've done this and that, and I would personally go live. And sometimes guys would even ask me like if I could send a photo of myself because they didn't believe that the project was legitimate, that we're actually working. And I would privately DM people and be like, that's me. uh, yeah. So actually, the market is in bad conditions right now, but for us, we don't even really worried about that because we feel like the worst is in the past. Right now, we just have to work because we got all the tools that we needed. So we passed the stage where we had no tools, just ideas. Yeah. So I'm pretty confident on everything.
No, that's a great answer. I mean, to go through, I can only imagine how hard it must be to go through this undertaking with 3 people, but to see that you've grown up to, you said your team's made up of over 40 people now, and all passionate people, all have their sights set on the same goal. I'm sure that you can honestly withstand anything at this point. And the market is down a little bit today, but it's nothing that compared to what you guys have gone through. So it's really good to see that you have a resilient team, and you're ready to start strong. Now we go over to our last Twitter question, and this one is from Halo the Citizen. And this question reads, what does the Bot Planet name stand for? There are interesting stories behind every successful project, and of course, you have to work hard every day. Can you share one of these interesting stories with us?
So originally it was there was a very poor made logo of a robot, and the idea was just to make it like bot. But it's an ecosystem, so that's where the planet comes from, because there's going to be a lot of things. It's going to be like a small planet of its own. And bot so the bot idea came from actually the game itself, because we wanted the game to be like sci-fi meets fantasy world, because that's what we grew up loving: StarCraft, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, Pokemon. Like we wanted those worlds to collide. And yeah, like I said, planet is just we that's what came to us when we were thinking about ecosystems. um, but sometimes people get confused, because I did get this question way back. And the name of our game isn't actually Bot Planet. Bot Planet is the name of the ecosystem. The name of our game is to be announced, because our trailer, big public announcement with the trailer is coming out very soon. And the game that's going to be within the ecosystem has a different name. But yeah, so the inspiration came from the sci-fi universe, from fantasy universe, and the planet was just simply because it's an ecosystem, like a small planet of its own.
Yeah, no, for sure. And you could also say Bot Planet is going to take over the planet at some point in the future.
We joke about that with the team when the market usually says to the moon, and we say we're not going to the moon, we're taking over the planet. So yeah.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, no, that's great. That's really good. Um, so that ends off our Twitter questions segment. We just wanted to end off with some upcoming dates of Bot Planet's roadmap for 2022 and beyond. Could you give us a little run through your roadmap?
Our development is very linear. We didn't want to freeze the project and just wait until everything is ready. We wanted to release things bit by bit. What you can expect from our roadmap is next month at the end of February, we're having our IDO. Right after IDO, we're going to be releasing the project, and on the release, we're going to be showcasing our DEX and our wallet. Those are the first two products that are going to go live. What you can expect from us will be doing live streams. We'll be showcasing farming options, staking options. We'll be showcasing all the utilities of our wallet. Right after that, right around March, you can expect alpha test for the game, and up until the alpha test, you'll be seeing a lot of content from the game as well. So we'll be always making all the new things public, and our community can follow us step by step until the game is fully public. The game is set to be released by September. In September, when the game is released, it will be released with the NFT Marketplace, of course, and of course the Messenger. So this is our roadmap, and yeah, but we're going to be doing a lot of things every month. We're going to be putting up a lot of content.
So definitely for our viewers that are watching right now, there's surely to be a lot of announcements coming up. Where can they stay tuned to everything that has to do with Bot Planet?
You can follow us on our Twitter at Bot Planet, and they can also follow us on Telegram. On Telegram, we have our global chat where they can talk to other community members, or if they don't really want to talk to a lot of people or see a lot of messages, they can just follow our news channel, Bot Planet announcements, and yeah, you'll be pretty much updated every single day on the announcements channel or on Twitter. For the gamers, you can join our Discord. The Discord is the freshest one out of all of our socials. But yeah, we're growing Discord right now as well, so they can join Discord as well.
So definitely more than enough for everybody to stay tuned for, and a lot of things coming out of Bot Planet in this year. Really exciting stuff. It was great talking to you, Dan, today. I'm sure our viewers learned a lot, and they're super excited to see what you guys have in store for the rest of the year.